Wow, what a game. What a game, you know, and you look at the first half, and I felt good about the way we were playing in the first half. I thought we'd, you know, maybe grind out a low-scoring game and take care of the ball. We got the win in our face in the third quarter, and I was really happy that we were able to drive the ball, move the ball, eat up a lot of clock, and not give them many opportunities with the win. But when it flipped and they were going into the win, they got really good. Made a lot of big plays. You know, obviously the throws and catches they made were concerning to us. But our offense hung in there. We had a great kickoff return. It was an exciting game. I'm just really proud of our players. I think their mental toughness, their competitive spirit. We got a lot to clean up. We didn't play as well as we need to play, that's for sure. We had some stupid penalties that really hurt us, and we'll get that addressed and get that cleaned up. And it's hard enough to win a game than when you hurt yourself, but it's a great win. I'm excited for the players that competed so hard and left it all out on the field. So I'll just open it to questions.
Just going back and forth there in the end, and you get that final drive with the offense. Just what do you see just kind of from your guys, and see if Jason just kind of keeping the composure driving down the field?
Yeah, you know, the first time they had the ball and they were driving down there, the question that came up was, should we let them score? There's 3 minutes and something left to go. If they eat up all the clock, kick a field goal, they beat us. And we didn't have to let them score because they ran the ball in the end zone. You know, and then we get the great kickoff return by Braz, which was really well blocked. And when you drop it, sometimes you get lucky and break it. But he's a great kickoff returner. And then I felt like we were in good shape. And then they make the great play for a touchdown, and then they replay it. Is he down? And I'm like, oh, I hope he's not down. I hope he's not down, because if he's down, then they can do the same thing, eat up the clock and beat us at the end. And when they reviewed it and said the touchdown was good, that gave us enough time to go down and drive the ball and score and win the game. So, you know, great job of working it. I thought our O-line there in the fourth quarter on the 2-minute drive gave us plenty of time. Jason being really nifty and being able to run with the ball and being smart helped us a lot. It was a really good 2-minute drive, and then the catch by Xavier, the run into the end zone was, you know, he's a tough guy. Since the day he's been here, he's worked extremely hard. He's been totally committed to it, and you love to see guys that work like that make the plays to make the difference.
You've coached a long time. 5 touchdowns in the last 314. Have you?
I don't think I've ever seen that. No. And I didn't even remember it was 5. Yeah, I forgot about the Wilts one at the end. So, all our players did too. You know, we always counted up in the locker room at the end of the game, and I don't think any of us knew what the final score was. So what was it? 43?
43-34.
Yeah, okay. I counted right then.
You mentioned UCA being into the wind and throwing into the wind, and that being kind of the reason why they were getting so many deep balls.
No, I didn't say it was the reason why. I just said I thought it would hurt them. I thought it would affect them. I was excited that they had to throw into the wind, but it didn't bother that quarterback at all.
Well, from the defensive side of the ball, what do you think went into, you know, that 30-yard passes, 70-yard passes, and all that type of stuff?
Yeah, you know, they made some great plays. We had guys in position. We were right there to play the ball, and they went up and made the catch. I think 3 of them where I thought we were going to get the ball, or at least get the ball down, and they made the play. So sometimes the other team makes great plays too. And then at the end, we got into our prevent defense and did a good job on that. We've been really good in our prevent because we got good pass rushers and made them move around and use up time.
You mentioned a couple of times to us this week about the team learning how to win games. And knowing that this team kind of did you last year a couple of times to win it like this, where you needed 20 points in the fourth quarter. Does that make it a little bit more sweet to you?
Yeah, definitely. You know, definitely, because I really felt like the 2 games we played against them last year, we have a tremendous amount of respect for them. They're really good, and they're really well coached, and they play hard, and they know how to play the game. But we had turnovers that helped them win the game. You know, things that you can't do to win football games. So being able to play in the fall really helped us learn and get better, and how we go about the process. And you know, you hate to lose games, but if we didn't play those games, I'm not sure we had the success we have in the. Well, I know we wouldn't have the success we had in the spring. And we wouldn't be, you know, where we are right now mentally.
And then what does this do for y'all going into now what is a bye week next week?
Well, it's a lot easier winning than losing going into a bye, that's for sure. So guys are excited in the locker room, a lot of smiles in there. We got a lot of work to do. So we got to get, back out on the practice field, have a great week with no game, get a few guys healed up, but improve and kind of go back to some of the things. I've always felt like when you have an early bye, you go back to some of the things that you work in camp. Some of the things that we could have used tonight, the last 4 plays of the game, must onside, hands team, all these things that can come up in a game. We'll definitely work a lot of them this next week.
Defense had some good adjustments there in the second half. Against the run, of course, 85 yards there in the first half, allowing 36 there in the second half. Is kind of what kind of went into that.
Yeah, I was worried and concerned about our run defense. That's the first time I felt like somebody was maybe knocking us off the ball and getting some good plays. And we missed a couple tackles, that hurt us. We fit a couple runs wrong, and that hurt us. And they did a good job at halftime, understanding the different style of run game, because they really haven't shown that our counter plays and stuff. They've mainly been all zone. So that was different, new, and we needed to fit it right. And they did a good job adjusting to it in the locker room at halftime.
It seemed like there were some struggles tackling tonight. Is that on your list?
Yeah, there was some struggles tackling. We missed some tackles that we don't normally miss, and so a couple guys went low. One of the things in tackling, particularly in the secondary, is that you tackle with your chest. Keeps your head out of it. You don't miss tackles that way, and then you hold the guy up for the next guy to get there and script the ball. So we've got to get back doing a better job of tackling with our chest.
Kevon having a good game tonight, just kind of that quick weapon that you've kind of been excited.
I thought he got us off to a good start, being able to run the ball and run our counter play that way. They made a couple adjustments and it wasn't as effective as the game went on, but his ability to hit the hole, accelerate, get yards after contact, he was close to breaking a couple. I think he, keeps working his legs and gets fresher. He's had a couple weeks where he's been dinged up a little bit and hasn't practiced as much, and that kind of shows up sometimes when you don't break that last tackle to go score.
Jason, of course, he's had big games in the past, had some big fourth quarter comebacks in the past, but what did you see in him on the final drive that was just kind of similar to what you knew about him before he came here?
Yeah, the poise was awesome. His ability to take what they give me, run and get positive yards, protect myself, get the chains moved. His decision making was really good. So I was really happy with the way he played in that last drive, and really in the entire game. I thought he had a good game.
Kind of the same thing about Xavier. Looking at stats, he had 148 yards, 68 after the catch, and then that big touchdown. Right? What do you think about his performance tonight?
Just a great competitor. First he's got great skills and traits, and we're really fortunate that he's here. There's no question about that. He came in with a little bit of understanding of our offense because his old coach at Western Kentucky when he first got there was my offensive coordinator. Jeff changed a couple of things as far as protections and that, but he knew the concepts, so it was easy for him to pick up and get started quickly. And then he's just a great competitor. He doesn't want to lose at anything, anytime, any rep in practice, any one-on-one rep, and I think he's helped our other players be competitive.
Xavier, just take us through the touchdown grab there to go ahead and score.
Man, it was the biggest moment of my career, man. I just knew the play was what the play was. I executed. When I caught the ball, at first I'm thinking like, okay, just get many yards as I can close to the goal line. And I realized I broke a tackle, and I just saw the end zone. I just tried to sprint there. And that's just what it was.
And the final 3-17, 5 touchdowns scored there. And you guys get the ball back and you're down. Just what was it about that last drive where you guys figured that you had a chance there?
Oh yes, sir. We all believe in each other. We fight to the last second of the quarter. So, and it really don't matter. I'm just proud of the team how hard we fought and stayed together. Coach always talk about that rope, man. As long as we all hold on to that rope, we good. And that's what we did. We believe. It don't matter what we down by. Last game we started off 14-0, OSU was up.
20-0.
Well, 20-0, OSU up. We didn't give up. We kept fighting. And this is what it's all about. We're a team that can win in the 4 quarters, and that's what we believe in.
This is a pretty even football game, and then the last 3 or 4 minutes was just crazy. What kind of roller coaster ride was it for you guys? You know, especially after you scored your touchdown and then they answer right back. From your perspective, what was that like?
Sure, I felt like we were still in it. Like we gotta just keep fighting, do anything, and just do all the 4 phases of football game.
How about where you go?
That really said it all, man. We bleed on that field every day. We practice hard on that field every day. And I don't know, but us personally, I don't know, like we can't go outside on our home field. You know, we gotta win at home. That's what we pride ourselves in, winning at home. And we got all the love and support from our fans and all y'all, so that helped us out a lot too.
Montrae, you smiled there, just knowing you guys had a crowd. And you've heard stories about how it's been in the past, but they showed out today.
That was big for the whole team and like the whole state, like well not the whole state, like the whole university. For everybody to come out to support us, that was big for us. So like we had to come out there and do what
We
we
need
do.
more of that. We need more of that.
Like, we love support.
Y'all get us going.
Like that really had me going for like the whole game.
The whole game.
You told Coach before the kickoff return you were gonna
Oh yeah.
take it. You do that every play, or is it just something special about this one?
I'll be thinking I'm gonna score every play. Every time I play, I'm gonna score.
So what'd you see on this one when you catch the ball and you get going?
Oh, I was a little bit nervous when I dropped it, but when I looked up, I was like, just run. And when it opened up, let's go.
Montrae, you had a lot of big moments last season, but it always felt like they were on the road. So to do something like that here at home, how special was that?
Oh, that was real special. Like to see everybody get hyped up after I scored, and then like the game keep going back and forth, and then the offense winning it for us. That was great. That was a great team win. Proud of my team, proud of our coaches, training staff, everybody that's part of us, and our crowd. Thank you.
Kevon, you seem to have these crazy games against UCA at night. What is it about like that team and night games and the atmosphere that just makes you pop off like that?
Honestly, I can't give anything but like thanks to God. Really, He gave us the ability, give me the opportunity. So I just make the most of what I can do. I mean, it made it more special because it was against UCA.
Mm-hmm.
It was all team effort.
Thanks. We definitely had a big chip on our shoulder coming into this game. And all respect to that team, that was a good team. That was a legendary game to me. I can watch that any night.
Oh, yeah.
For sure, that was a legendary game for me. I'm just, them guys did good. But yeah, we told Coach we can't, not at home, we can't lose at home.
Can't lose at home.
Last year, you guys know what happened. No need to repeat that. Yeah, we definitely. This was personal.
Kevon, you're the only guy that played out of the 3 of you in that game. Just how much motivation did you use Central Arkansas throughout the week, just knowing you should have beat them twice last year?
Had so much motivation, going there. We got the whole job this weekend, like this week in preparation, was getting the job done. Knocking them out. So that's what we did. That was the plan.
You didn't play in the spring, but you're starting to find that role back in the offense, quickness in the pass game, run game. Just how are you finding yourself back into it?
I found it was pretty easy. I never really stopped practicing. I was just waiting, waiting my turn again.
Xavier, the coach asked us to ask you why you went out there for a second, came back.
Collar stinger.
Yeah.
So I just want to make sure I was good.
And you're, the targets you had tonight, you're catching 9 balls for 48 yards. What's that connection between you and Jason like that you guys are always on the same page like that?
He just believed in me, I believe in him. Talk through practice every day. We just try to get it done, after practice we work on throws and stuff like that. Especially if something we miss in practice, now we gotta get that right. So that's kind of big, and plus the other receivers we have, we all good in the room, so anybody can have a night like I can have, that's just honest truth, we got receivers, so, I'm just blessed to be able to, do what I do and help his team win.
I mean, he's got great skill. See why he won the #1 job. But what are some of the intangibles, I guess, the leadership that Shelley has brought to this team, and perfect for situations like tonight?
Yeah, he makes sure he get his huddle under control. You know, he makes sure everybody's comfortable. You know, coach always talk about composure in the big moments, like keep composure, just keep composure. That's something that he relates to us every time we're in the huddle. He brings energy. Let's go. We got this. You know what I'm saying? One play at a time. That's all it is. And that's all he harp on. One play at a time. So yeah, Shelley, he's a good leader though for sure.
So now you guys got a bye week before you're back here against South Dakota and what's the conference opener. How do you try to bottle this up and make sure you're ready 2 weeks from now?
We just gotta go back to work. I mean, we passed over with. This game is over with. Like it's on to the next one next week. So we going in tomorrow, watching film, fixing our corrections, and we getting right back to work because it's not over with. We trying to get a national championship. Like, this game don't even matter anymore. It's on to the next one. One day at a time. That's all it is. One day at a time.